It's definitely been a little more challenging. I know in some of the professional organizations that I'm a part of, there has been I know online general meetings where there's been speakers coming in, and we've had a chance to interact with a few speakers from in the industry. But it is a little more. It's definitely been one of those areas that I feel has been affected pretty heavily, because they're not necessarily part of our Midwestern campus, and they don't, they're not given those office hours or even presenting a live lecture or anything like that. So it is a little more difficult to interact with them, just because it's different when you're in a photo or a video room with a bunch of students or a different bunch of different people, and there's only one or whatever. So yeah, that has been a little more difficult, but I know there are still opportunities for it. It just, got to be a little more creative.
Um, so within the professional pharmacy community, during COVID, it was kind of hard. So I'm a part of MTM Chat, which is a volunteer opportunity through our school where we volunteer at health clinics and treat underserved patients, counsel on medications, blood pressure, blood glucose screening, things like that. That got pushed back for a while. I think it was July. I think it was in end of June, beginning of July when we were able to go back. But we were still able to communicate with those doctors that we worked with and the other healthcare members. But besides that volunteer opportunity with school, I am very thankful that I got a new job this summer. So that's been really nice because I've worked in community for 5 years, but now I work in a hospital setting as well. And I've been able to interact with the new pharmacists that I work with, and I actually do medication reconciliation in the emergency department. So I get to talk to the emergency room pharmacist and the doctors and the nurses. And I feel like it just gives me more insight of what I could expect later, and it gives me more experience that could help me when I apply to residency.
Yeah, definitely. So I currently work at CVS as a pharmacy intern, and I am trying to collaborate with my district leader in creating flu shot clinics that are actually drive-up flu shot clinics. So instead of people coming inside to get their flu shots, they're going to be staying in their car or somewhere outside in the parking lot, and we would be able to administer those vaccines in a non-closed area, which would invite more people who are afraid to step into buildings where there are a lot of people, and allow them to get a little bit more access to their flu shot. And having that ability allows me to put that on my resume for application for CVS if I were to do a residency that CVS would offer, or even if Walgreens were to offer that as well. I also work at Northwestern Medicine as a student pharmacy technician, and being there during the COVID pandemic was just a sight to be. I mean, people were calling off, people were very worried. However, when I were to continuously show up for my shifts and prove that, hey, I am a healthcare worker, I am here to help, and yes, this pandemic is scary, but I want to be on the front lines to help, it definitely showed something to my pharmacy manager, showing that I have the, I guess you consider it bravery, to sit here on the front lines and deal with the pandemic while other people are, A, they cannot, or B, they are afraid. And definitely building that relationship with my pharmacy manager definitely helped me out if I were to pursue a residency with Northwestern Medicine.